What's up, everybody? It's the new semester, new Trooper Scoop, and I'm your host, Miles. Now, Superman came out, right? Came out this summer. James Gunn was the writer. How do you all feel about the cast?
I'll start. I mean, I think right off the bat, the main actor, David Cornsman, phenomenal, fantastic job. I think both as Clark and as Superman, I mean, he just really embodied it. He was just so like lighthearted and positive. I just think just fantastic casting on that end, like especially because he was like more of a lesser known actor. I think it was great.
What about you?
Definitely, Nick Holtz was great as Lex Luthor. You know, he was familiar with comic book movies as, you know, Beast in the X-Men movies, but, you know, he just nailed the role as Lex Luthor. And it was even funny how he auditioned for Superman, but got Lex Luthor. So I'm wondering, were some of his lines, you know, from the heart, not even acting?
How do you feel about the cast, James?
Oh, I think the cast did a great job, especially, I believe, compared to the Snyder version of the movie. I think his casting is so much better than Snyder's casting. Just generally getting that feel of the characters that they were portraying, especially like Nathan Fillion with Guy Gardner. So good. I believe he did such an excellent job with the character portraying it, and especially since he's going to be playing the character going forward in shows like Lanterns.
So I'm gonna go back with the Lex Luthor. Nicholas Hoult, I'm not gonna lie, he was a certified D1 hater. I'm not gonna lie. It was like, it got to a point where I was like, get a life. Like, why are you hating? He took his dog, he put him in prison, he was using kryptonite, he had his own little portal. Like what are we doing? Like, how did y'all feel about like that portal into that little like prison world?
Oh, I mean, I just think it just, like you said, he was a D1 hater. Like, he really just hated him, just, I want to say almost for no reason, but like, you think you could kind of understand, because the way I heard it explained was like he was, you know, top guy, right? He was the smartest guy in the world and everything. Everyone knew him, everyone loved him. And then just some guy that wears underwear over his pants and flies around just kind of takes all that spotlight. So he was just like really pissed off. I think he, you know, I don't think it justifies being that much of a hater, but you could somewhat get it.
So how y'all feel about David's Superman and Henry's?
I definitely think David was a better version of Superman. He brings so much charisma to the character. He just feels so happy compared to the Henry Cavill dark, scary version of Superman, where it almost feels like he's more portraying like a Batman type character, where David's Superman, it feels more like I'm watching the Justice League cartoon I grew up watching. He's just bringing that energy it's fun to watch.
No, absolutely agree. And obviously it's not Henry Cavill's fault. That's just how it was written, because he's obviously a great actor. But it's like in Man of Steel and Batman vs Superman, we're seeing him just not save people, just do whatever he wants, you know, brings battles back into the city. While in the new Superman, we see him saving a squirrel. You know, it's like completely
It's funny
different.
though, you brought that up, because I remember in, I don't know which, was it Batman vs Superman, when he was in the court case, and he was just horrifying, like, go save the people, like, he just waited.
He easily could have saved at least like 3-4 people there. There's no reason that he didn't save anybody. Just looking down like, well, this sucks.
No, it was important for him to look cool, you know?
Oh yeah, no, the extra aura points, exactly.
How did y'all feel about the action scenes in the new Superman?
No, they were definitely great, and I feel like this is one of like the first few like definitely movies where we see Superman actually, you know, have competitive fights. You know, the battles he gets in, he's actually getting hit and hurt. So I feel like some people might not be used to that, but it was kind of nice seeing like him actually battle his villains more than like, oh, one punch and he wins, you know.
What about Crypto? How did y'all? I'm going to talk about Crypto. Crypto was lit. I remember when he came in, he like nudged him. He was like, chill. Then he blew the whistle, and then he took him all the way to his like palace, and I was like, whoa. And Crypto was like mad energetic. He was different. He brought up the energy for that movie. How did y'all feel about Crypto?
Yeah, I mean, I loved him. I mean, he kind of reminded me of my dog. He looked a little similar. My brother and I, when we made the joke. We were like, oh, that's definitely our little dog, because he's very, he has that kind of personality, just energetic. He nips at you, he bites you and everything. No, I loved it. I thought it was a nice little addition. I mean, how many people even really knew of Crypto? Like, I had no idea who the heck he was until seeing this movie and everything. But it was just cool how like the lesser known stuff was just kind of incorporated and made it feel like it was, you know, at home.
I think one of my favorite scenes was that scene where it was Lois and Superman in her apartment, and there was like that tension, because I feel like we got to see Superman's like character as like more depth to it. We got to see him emotional. We got to see him contemplating like how he had to solve like the wars and stuff. And I felt like that brought more of an essence of a humanity to Superman. And I want to add the other scene where he like gets into Lex Luthor's ship, and like Lex is like pressing him and getting mad at him, and he's basically saying like, I'm human too. And I think that gave a sense of Superman that I never thought of, because Henry Cavill, like he was brooding, like he was, like I said, he was horrified. He was just like.
Yeah, they were trying to make Henry Cavill more into like a representatory version of like Jesus almost. Like that's what they were aiming for, is that he was supposed to be more like a higher figure, where Davis, they're keeping him more down low as he's just a human trying to do the right thing by the people around him.
How do y'all feel about the next movie? Like, what's your takes?
It definitely got me excited because obviously at the end you see Supergirl, appear, and then obviously her movie's coming out next summer. So maybe Superman will probably quick cameo in that, but then obviously we got the announcement that 2027 is the Man of Tomorrow movie, and him and Lex Luthor will team up, and so it's like, who's going to be the villain for them to team up of all things?
Who do y'all think will be the villain?
I think it's going to be Brainiac.
Yeah,
Because I don't see any other Superman villain having the capability of having Lex Luthor team up with Superman.
It should be interesting. I wonder if like Lex is still gonna like plan to do something like.
Definitely.
No,
Like say like.
Definitely at the end. Like once
It's going to end with Lex Luthor trying to do something.
Dude, they'll probably like beat the win against the main villain, but then at the end it's like they probably have like a little battle, and then they go off on their own.
It would be interesting if like Lex took like some of Superman's blood again and then makes like Superboy, kind of like how like Young Justice League kind of showed, where I was like, oh, that could segue into like the third movie or something, or they just fight it out and then we see like Lex like lose and then we see Superman celebrate and all that. I feel like it should be interesting because the Green Lantern show, I've heard a little bit about it, but I don't know too much. Like, do any of y'all know a little bit
Not
more?
really. I just know that's happening.
Yeah, I know the casting. I know it's kind of like the main Green Lantern character is a little bit older. But other than that, I don't know too much about it.
I believe
think
it's
it'd
supposed to be
pretty
like almost like a police show taking place in space or whatever. So Hal Jordan's supposed to be the older Green Lantern who's trying to show Jon Stewart the ropes and everything like that, versus Guy Gardner's supposed to be the jerk who's just being a jerk. I mean, there's no better way to put it than that.
That should be interesting because the last DC show was Penguin, and Penguin did pretty well. And I'm pretty sure it won some Emmys this past weekend. So it should be interesting how DC is getting back into the groove with James Gunn as the executive director or film director, writer, and it's pretty great and is always good. The next segment is The Summer I Turned Pretty.
I'm an ex-drug dealer, and I'll be your sub today. 2 milligrams of fentanyl can be lethal. A lethal dose is in here. Who gets it, I won't know.
It's cheap, it's potent, and it's profitable.
The sad reality is, fentanyl is being mixed into everything now.
More kids should know.
I don't want to talk about it.
I don't want to talk about it.
Families don't have to talk about everything, but they should talk about how to plan for an emergency. Get tips and resources to make your family's emergency plan.
maybe you can make retirement happen. After all, you made home ownership happen. Homeschooling yourself on loans, beefing up your credit score.
So I'm pre-approved.
You were like, yes! Sorry. Color coding listings, ticking boxes, and flushing every toilet in a 20-mile radius. Home sweet home. You aced house hunting. Now get the tips you need to get on track at aceyourretirement.org.
Hey everyone, it's Chloe, and thanks for tuning into Triple Scoop. I'm here at the 2025 Fall Involvement Fair, and I hear that tonight is the season finale of The Summer I Turned Pretty. I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. I have never watched a single episode of the show a day in my life, but the word on the street is that this is a really, really big deal. So I'm gonna go around and ask the people of Monmouth University, are we Team Conrad or Team Jeremiah? Because that means something. I don't really know. But I know it's important and it's relevant to the show. And I'm also gonna ask what they think their predictions are for this season finale. So let's get to it. So, are we Team Conrad or Team Jeremiah?
I am obviously Team Conrad. Team Conrad, and anyone who says anything different is a psychopath.
Why is that?
Because Jeremiah is a psychopath and he cheated on her. Like, let's be realistic. Conrad bakes muffins for her. He takes care of her. When she's crying, he helps her out. Jeremiah only cares about himself. He's in a frat. He's in debt. He sucks. I'm sorry. Maybe that's intense, but he's the worst person I've ever met in my entire life. And I didn't even meet him personally. I don't even think he's attractive enough to save his attitude.
Wow.
Team Conrad all the way.
Team Jeremiah.
Ooh, why is that?
I think he's prettier from what I've seen.
Team Conrad.
Why?
He's just better for Belly, and he doesn't cheat on his girlfriend.
I'm Team Conrad because they just have so much more chemistry.
Conrad through and through. Like, it is absolutely no debate for me. Like, my sister started watching the show with this third season coming out and was texting me like, I'm Team Jeremiah, and I actually thought about disowning her. Like, it was, you know, it's this deep. It's this deep.
I think the only right answer, I'm sorry, is Team Conrad. He loves her more than Jer ever will. I love you, Connie, baby.
Team Conrad.
They're both cringe to me.
That's the first time I heard neither. Why is that?
I just don't like the way they move. Like, it makes me uncomfortable. Like, the dancing, it just doesn't work for me. Like, none of them do.
Team Jeremiah, because I think Conrad kind of ruined their wedding. But I don't know, I've never seen the show.
All right, we have a potential friendship ending question to ask right here. Team Conrad or Team Jeremiah?
Conrad, obviously. Conrad, yes.
Oh, thank God, I was really nervous here. Woo! I didn't want that on my conscience that I ended your guys' friendship.
Team Conrad all the way.
And why is that?
I love him as a person and he's hot.
Definitely Team Conrad.
Why is that?
I just think he's the better option. I mean, Jeremiah was great and all at first, but I really feel like Conrad would treat her so much better.
If you're not Team Conrad, I don't know what you're doing.
See, I don't know what I'm doing because I might be Team Jeremiah.
No.
Team Conrad.
Ow, ow, ow.
Oh, wait, hold on. Let me just...
I'm Team Conrad by far.
I have to say Conrad, but Jeremiah is cuter. I have to say that. But I think Conrad is a better guy for the situation.
I was Team Jeremiah at one point. But season 3 happened, so I'm Team Nobody.
Team Nobody?
Yeah. And I feel like Conrad and Belly should be together, and Jeremiah and Denise. That's all I got to say.
You know what? After further review of the evidence, I'm going to have to go Team Jeremiah. I mean, like, he's a player. I mean, you know, he's done some great things. I can't mention anything part of the show. I don't want to spoil it. But he's a great guy, you know. You know, everybody does bad things from time to time. But you know what? It's the morals that count. And so I'm going to have to go with Team Jeremiah.
Yeah, Team Jeremiah. Woohoo! Woo!
I'm Team Conrad all the way. If you're Team Jeremiah, I just don't understand.
Absolutely not. Why say no to Jeremiah?
Just his past, the way that he's treated Belly, and then Conrad is just perfect for her. It's who she started with. It's who she better end with.
Well, Jeremiah is just immature, and the wedding didn't work out, so it's not worth going back.
what would you say to somebody who is Team Jeremiah?
Like, what are you doing? Have you even watched the show? Like, that's all I have to say. That's all I have to say.
I think they have to reprioritize their choices.
Yeah, go Conrad.
I would say grow up.
Are you okay? Like, are you okay? Do you need help? Like, I can hold your hand. It's okay. We'll hold your hand together when we say this, that you're not okay if you're Team Jeremiah. What do you think are your predictions for tonight's episode? What's going to happen?
I really hope she chooses Conrad, but I feel like she's going to choose herself.
I know she's kind of controversial, so I think she's going to choose herself and choose a different path.
Awesome. Thank you, guys. High five.
I think Conrad's going to go to Paris and see Belly with her awful new haircut. And they're just going to ride off into the sunset together, and it's going to be cheesy and awful, but everyone's going to love it anyway.
A lot's going to happen. It's going to like time jump 10 years and they'll be together and everything works out.
Well, I'm hoping that she ends up with Conrad and he goes to Paris to see her, but I did hear that they're steering away from the books a little bit, so I could also see Belly ending up with no one.
I feel like it could go one of two ways. Either Belly sees Conrad and doesn't like it because of her life now, or it'll change everything and they'll be together forever.
I think that Conrad and Belly are going to end up together, definitely. And I hope so.
I predict that Conrad's going to fly, because the last episode ended with him getting on a plane to Paris. I feel like he's going to end up in Paris, find Belly with another guy, and he's going to get mad, and then Belly's going to choose herself over ending up with Conrad.
I think Belly's gonna see Conrad because she said that like whenever she needs him, he comes out of nowhere. So I think as she's walking in Paris, she's gonna see Conrad, and then they're just gonna like meet up and just, I guess, I don't know, like reform and rekindle their relationship.
So I'm actually 3 episodes behind, but I have been seeing TikToks that she's bald, so.
I very much feel like she's going to end up with Conrad, but like secretly in my heart, I'm hoping that she cuts all her hair off and she gets a really bad bob, and then she just discovers that she doesn't need men and she can just live her life alone and be Belly and not have to rely on 2 emotionally immature brothers. Because that family's not doing no good for her. Like, come on.
I think something's gonna happen with Belly's dad.
My prediction is that Benito and her will break up. Conrad will swoop in. He's like, Belly, I'm here. I'm in Paris. They're going to have a little moment together somewhere quiet. And then she's going to be like, psych, I don't actually like you. And then he's going to be like, fine, I'm leaving. And then she's going to be like, oh my God, the necklace, I do love you. And then she's going to run after him. And then Jeremiah's going to cry.
I think she's going to end up with Conrad. And screw Jeremiah.
Jeremiah, you know, he's a great guy, but great characters, you know, they always die. You know, and I feel like he's going to die in this episode. Unfortunately, I don't want him to die, but you know what? Some people die, and it's just, it's sad, but it's life. It's part of life.
It happens. So you heard it here, folks. It appears that Monmouth University is overwhelmingly Team Conrad, and a little bit Team Belly, too. Sorry, Jeremiah. Better luck next time. Well, thank you guys for sticking with me here at the Involvement Fair. I'm Chloe saying so long from Triple Scoop. Stay tuned for more.
Hey, honey. We thought we'd try something new.
Family art hour. What do you think?
You got jokes. You're funny.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. You can't imagine the reward. Learn more at adoptuskids.org.
My baby's back from the West Coast.
Here are those pictures that you asked for your school project? First day of school, cute as a button.
So long ago.
Oh, here's Grandma Florence after that flood wiped out the whole neighborhood.
Sometimes I just cannot believe all the storms we've gone through here.
I can only hope that we'll be able to leave this house to you one day, baby. You're our legacy.
Planning for these disasters will make sure we're safe, and is the best way to protect that legacy.
Those beans smell heavenly.
Give Mom a little credit.
You know what? We should make an emergency communication plan. That way we're ready this year. Oh,
Great idea.
At my dorm, we have emergency kits for earthquakes and wildfires, but I'm sure there's something more local I can send you with the link.
Okay.
Smart.
I'm coming to share with you guys.
Protect your legacy. Plan for natural disasters today. Visit ready.gov/plan.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
Hey everyone, welcome back to our final segment here on Triple Scoop. Wow, my first episode. I won't get into it. I don't want to cry today. But anyway, you just saw me over at the Involvement Fair talking about The Summer I Turned Pretty, but we're going to close off this episode here talking about Sabrina Carpenter's latest album, Man's Best Friend. I'm joined here with Nat, Tim, and our certified Sabrina stan, Eddie.
Okay.
Okay, I thought you should be honored to have that title, no?
You know, I will. I'll take that.
Yeah, so initial thoughts off the album, guys. What are your guys' how do you guys feel about it?
It was a really fun album. I haven't actually listened to it, sat down to listen to it all the way through, which is out of the blue for me, because I normally do that with albums because I'm very particular about the artist set up their track list in a certain way to tell a certain story. But I haven't heard a song that I haven't liked off of it. And I have listened to the full album, just not in order. She's really creative.
Yeah, I feel the whole album just flows completely from the first song, which we already had, Man's Best Friend, all the way down to the end with Goodbye. I feel like everything comes out and has a nice little mix of stuff, yeah.
I'll be honest, it was a little, when I first listened to it, none of them really hit me except Go-Go Juice, but the more I listened to it, that's when I started I like the song. I guess compared to Short and Sweet, it was banger right off the bat. Here you have to listen to it a couple more times before it really
Yeah,
got to
I
me.
agree. Off the rip, I was I don't know how I feel about it, but it also started off with Man-Child, and hot take, I don't like that song.
I agree.
I'm sorry.
That song.
I am not a fan of Man-Child, so to me, the album starts with tears, and I won't complain. I really, really like that song, and after, I said, giving the album a full listen to once or twice, I think I like it more than Short and Sweet.
Really?
Yeah, because I think Short and Sweet, she really taps into her country roots. There's a lot more of that, whereas this one feels more pop, very 80s, 70s, 80s pop heavy influence on this album, which I really, really like. So would you guys agree? Do you like this one more, or do you more have a preference to her previous album?
I think that her lyricism in Short and Sweet is much better than
Fair.
Man's Best
That is
Friend.
fair.
And I feel like she can be really poetic in her lyrics. It's just she's leaning into what she's leaning into right now, and that's good. She's killing it.
She's
when
having her
doing
pop
it.
star moment.
Yeah, but I really love the leaning into the 70s, 80s pop sound because it really does fit her personality and her aesthetic so well. I hope she finds a balance between the two soon.
I feel like Man's Best Friend's better also. I feel like all of the songs just hit after hit. When it comes to Short and Sweet, the slow songs, sometimes they don't really get to me. But the slow songs in Man's Best Friend, I feel like all of them just go perfect. And especially We Almost Broke Up Again last night, that one is
was a really,
amazing.
really good song.
So yeah.
I like Short and Sweet better, to be honest. I'm more of a high energy pop guy. So when I listen to Man's Best Friend, I was slow, sad songs, some of them. But for Short and Sweet is Juno, Good Races, they're high energy, high pop. I like that more compared to Man's Best Friend. I mean, Man-Child's still good, it's high energy, Go-Go Juice is good. And My Man's Power, I think that's the one it's called.
My Man's On His Willpower, yeah.
Yeah, that one's good too, but everything else is slow. I'm not really a huge fan of that, but I mean, it's still good though.
Yeah, but some of the more high energy songs, I think Tears, that one is really, really, I think that's one of the most popular songs right now that's trending off of the album, especially the dance break. Did you guys learn the dance break? I did.
I did. I thought the part was kind of annoying.
What?
I don't like Dance break. Okay, it's an instrumental.
But
I don't like the
but
introduction.
dance. But dance.
But she's not a dancer.
But I am. So the
you can
dancers
dance.
ate this up. So
Did you see the music video for that song?
I did see the music video, yeah, and that's what I think got me to really like the song a lot because I just appreciated the whole production of it and also the choreo. If you couldn't tell, guys, I'm a dancer. So, Tim, what do you think about Tears?
Tears, I feel like Tears was the perfect song for her to also do a single off of. The fact that it's poppy, but it has like a hidden meaning that we can't really speak about on TV, but it's a hidden meaning that like, I don't know how to exactly word it. I feel like Eddie can word it a little bit better, but like more like, you know what I'm talking about?
Not really, but.
Yeah, you do.
You know what? That's okay. But speaking of hidden meaning, there's a lot of songs that have a lot of hidden meanings in them, like House Tour.
That is my favorite song on the album.
Oh, you want to talk about it? Tell me. Why is
Well,
it your favorite?
It's not a metaphor. It's a double entendre.
It is not a metaphor.
It is a double entendre, though. And I can't say what for because TV. But it's a very, very, very good song. And I think it's really creative the way she used that double entendre to talk about that, which I can't talk about here. But I love that song so much.
Yeah, she has a very creative way of playing with her words. Eddie and Tim, on the topic of favorite songs, what would you say is your pick off the album?
Okay, so when I first listened to it, the one that hit me was Go-Go Juice. That was the number one. And then probably my Manpower, my Man on Willpower, that's what it's called. It was that one. But I mean, still, Manchild's up there with it.
No, I can't. I have to hard disagree with you on Manchild.
That's crazy.
Tim, what about you?
I feel like mine has to be We Almost Broke Up Again Last Night. Just like, I like the more slow songs when it comes to like music in general. And I feel like it hits with like emotion, but at the same time, it's also a really good listen, good vibe.
Awesome. Yeah, like I said, I really, really like Tears. I would say Go-Go Juice is really good. Relatable, a little bit, hit a little too close to home. But I think off the rip, like Tears, My Man on Willpower, and Sugar Talking, I think that's like generational run of like songs right there, like one after the other. When I heard that for the first time, I was like, wow, yeah, I just knew that like this album was gonna hit. Now, a lot of people said that there were controversy over the album cover. What are your guys' thoughts on that?
People are soft, bro. Like, it's not that bad. Like, come on. It's like someone holding her hair. Come on. Like, I think she said like, people gotta get out more. Like, it's not that bad.
I mean, I agree with Eddie here. I mean, like, I feel like it's just supposed to show like the meaning of like women sometimes feeling in relationships like they're pets, and like, yeah.
I'm gonna act as like the feminist advocate right here, but I do understand why people were upset about it because it is, I think, a little bit more than how women are treated in relationships. I think it's also like over too much like leaning into her new like lyricism in that genre of stuff. But I personally didn't find it that offensive when I first saw it, but after like thinking about it, I can see how impactful it is on media, and especially the young girls that do listen to her, because there are really, really young girls that listen to her music, which is kind of crazy, but I digress. But yeah, no, I always thought that like it was going to be revealed that she was actually the one holding her own hair, and it was going to be like some like self-empowerment thing. But I do understand like why people were upset, but I also understand that like it wasn't that serious.
Yeah, it's not that deep, but again, I also kind of understand why people would get upset, but it's okay. You know, the album's great, her music's good, so no need to get really that upset. But thank you guys so much for watching this episode. Go give Man's Best Friend a listen and let us know what you think. We all think it is a masterpiece. Maybe not Eddie so much, but it's okay. Thank you guys again for watching Triple Scoop, and we'll catch you on the next episode.